Hey guys, it's Bree again, back with you on Saturday. My dogs are in the background chewing their bones, so I apologize for any weird noises in the background. So anyways, this week's video topic for Translove is how we met our partners and how their transition has influenced our sexual identity. So how we met. We met at work, and I actually had a friend a couple years ago tell me, oh, we have this girl at work that you should really meet, like she's super awesome and y'all totally get along. And I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, it turns out she was super right, because we did like instantly hit it off after the first time we hung out. At first she hated me because, I don't know why, but she like really hated me, which I think is really funny. Oh, and kind of side note, I apologize for using female pronouns, but that's how we met, so it's kind of weird to me using or explaining this story while using male pronouns. Anyways, so I actually did have a girlfriend when we first got together, but long story short, my girlfriend and I broke up, and instantly my fiance and I just instantly hit it off, and we pretty much instantly got together because that's just how we saw it. We thought we were like perfect for each other. Pretty soon after we started dating, we did get engaged. She was supportive of like everything I did. She had tattoos, like thought she was super sexy, like she was just great to me, and it was just the person that I'd always pictured being with, and so I didn't see any reason why I shouldn't get engaged or why we shouldn't be together. So we've officially been together about 8 months now, as of a couple days ago, and I think it was about a few months ago that he came out to me as transgender. And there were a few signs before he came out to me that I should have picked up on, and I kind of did, but kind of didn't. One of the signs was he would like look at himself in the mirror, but like you could kind of tell like something was missing. Like he wasn't super happy with himself. Like I said, like there was something missing. And so I noticed that. And then also he like followed a bunch of like transgender people on YouTube and like always like was very interested in the subject. And I was just like, okay, like that's cool, whatever. But kind of like Christina said, like when he came out, it was kind of similar to what happened to her. Like he was like, oh no, I don't want to be a man. Like I love being a woman. Like this is just interesting to me. I just support this cause. And I was like, okay, great, because I never pictured myself like being with a man again, and so I was like, that's great, you support it, that's awesome, as long as you don't want to be a man. But I was very supportive when he did end up coming out, because I did kind of, like I said, see those little signs, and I was like, that's great, we're gonna do what we need to do to like get you to where you want to be. And that's kind of that was all that was on my mind to begin with. And then it kind of started to hit me like, okay, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with a man now. Like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So it really has affected my sexual identity, because I didn't picture myself spending the rest of my life with a man anymore. Pretty much as long as I can remember, I've labeled myself as bisexual because I've always been interested in both men and women, but I was always more interested in women. So my friends always joked around and actually called me a lesbian because I was lesbian bisexual. Definitely wanted to be with a woman, not with a man. And so I finally came out to myself as a lesbian, like just lesbian. Want to spend the rest of my life with a woman, like that's it, hands down. And so this transition has kind of affected that, because like I said in my last video, like I don't like labeling myself as a lesbian anymore because I have a boyfriend, like that just doesn't really make sense to me. People used to ask me like why I wasn't pansexual, and I used to tell them like, oh, I could never see myself dating a transgender, like just personal opinion, that's what I wasn't interested. And so I never label myself as pansexual, because pansexual, from what I understand, is being able to love everybody no matter what, and that just wasn't me. And so I'm not really sure what I am right now. Carrie kind of mentioned in her video, like she misses the whole fact of like being a proud lesbian, and I really do. I really love the community that I was a part of, like being a lesbian and you know, being a part of that group, just because I'm very proud of who I am. And before my fiance transitioned, he was very proud of being who he was. And so that was great to me. We were two proud lesbians, and now to general society, we are going to be a straight couple. And that's crazy to me, you know, like I have had a rough time with it because I didn't want to be with a man again, and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with a woman, and I'd finally found the woman of my dreams that I'd always wanted to be with, and like that got taken away from me. And that's not his fault. I try not to blame him because he didn't ask for this, just like I didn't ask for this. But that is something that I do think about, and it's something that, you know, I worry about. But the thing is, I love him. I love the person who he is. Yes, he might become a different person on the outside, but I'm hoping that he doesn't become a different person on the inside. And that's the most important thing. And I guess it is good because I do still find myself being attracted to men. So it's not like I was a complete lesbian. I do see everyone on like a scale. I don't think everyone's completely straight or completely gay. I think you fall on some sort of like continuum. And I do think I fall somewhere, you know, in the middle. And so even though I may not be spending the rest of my life with a woman, I'm still spending the rest of my life with the person that I did always like dream of being with. And that's what's important to me. So like a lot of us have said, like, I don't really know where or like what I identify as. Right now I'm just sticking with the bisexual thing because it seems to work. You know, it seems to fit in. He does kind of wanted to go like stealth about this, about his transition. So I'm probably just going to stick with the bisexual. That way I still feel true to myself. But again, it doesn't really matter. Like, this is a person that I'm marrying, so it shouldn't matter, but unfortunately it does. So that was the long and complicated version of my explanation of my sexual identity. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them at the bottom. You know where to leave them. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching, and I really hope that y'all stick around for the rest of our videos. Thanks. Bye.